Market with a little tiny bounce. Whoops. Market with a little tiny bounce. Baker Hughes very weak. All the oil stocks are all very weak. There's Baker right here, a decent breakdown at Baker. It's actually a pretty good short for an intraday short. Options not great on them. 45s are 35 by 65 cents, not much volume. 44s are 10 by 25 cents, not much volume. In the money's 46s, 90 by $1.30, which is a pretty wide spread. But all the oil stocks are weak. Oxy right now also down, but kind of flattened out right now. Oxy has, and Quantico also weak. Schlumberger weak. And here's Baker Hughes right here, pretty weak. Still watching CoreWeave, see if it gets weak, but it kind of got a little bit of relative strength to the market right now. Gold coming down. It's gone red for the day now, gold. Silver also red on the day. SPY coming in again now. Again, it's heading. It looks like it's heading for the 50-day moving average. 674.75. Then we'll see what happens if it gets there. Baker Hughes still coming in. And CoreWeave also. Oops. CoreWeave trying to back down again. All right, see if we get any more questions here as it's about 11:38. And a bearish market this morning. Fairly choppy, however. Mist pulling back a little bit here. Joe, Tesla scalp 20%. Take what you can today. Yeah, you're not kidding. This is pretty brutal. Tesla kind of bounced off the VWAP. Pretty sideways right now, though. Baker Hughes drifting down, and Tesla, as Joey just talked about, is right here. Other than lemonade, I mean, haven't taken any trades today. I mean, this is just horrible trading. Conditions are just awful right now. Hey Libra, I'm not sure what your name is over on YouTube, but you're asking a question. You're trying to learn day trading and scalping. Really trying to learn scalping, huh? Do I have any advice for me? I don't have any idea where you are in your development as far as a trader is concerned. I don't know what your experience is. I would say that if you're an inexperienced trader, I don't think I would try scalping. You got to be able to read price action to read scalping. That usually takes some time to develop. Again, I don't do scalping, but I do some fairly quick trades over here in the room. And we talk about learning technical analysis, but we also have a piece of software here that lets us know whether institutions are in the trade, when we should be in and when we shouldn't. Right now it's telling us we don't really want to be trading today. Market has been too choppy. But, I don't have any idea where you are as far as what your experience is on trading. My advice is learn as much as you can. Be very cautious. A lot of people go into scalping and day trading, intraday trading, or quick trading, day trading, and think that they're going to make a lot of money real quickly. It's not easy. Trading is not easy. You've got to be able to read the market. You need to be able to determine if institutions are in the trade or not, which is what our software does for us. So, I can't really give you any detailed advice because I don't know what you know. I mean, if you're brand new, then you're going to have to start from scratch as far as trying to understand what price action is in the market. You got to understand what your daily chart looks like, what your 5-minute chart looks like, where your support and resistance levels are. You've got to learn all of that. and it takes time. So again, I don't really have any specific advice for you, not knowing if you're experienced or inexperienced or brand new. Don't know how much money do you have to trade with, how much you're expecting to make. A lot of people have extremely ridiculous expectations. They go in with $1,000 thinking that they're going to be able to make $500 a day consistently without blowing their account up. I don't know what your expectations are and don't know what your experience is. So very hard for me to make a comment on that. I guess I made a comment, but I didn't say anything that's going to help you. I would say don't think you can trade scalping successfully. It's very stressful. It's very quick trades. You can get beat up pretty quickly and blow up your account pretty fast if you have a small account. And if you're doing intraday traders or scalping, if you're in the United States, you're going to be faced with a PDT rule, a pattern day trader, which means you have to have $25,000 at least in your account, or you have to have a cash account with whatever brokerage house you're using. Not looking to get rich quick. You're new, okay with taking the time. Yeah, I mean, it's really you've got to kind of have to learn the basics. Again, that's what I try to do in the room is to talk about the market, talk about when's a good time to trade, when it's not, when the day trade is good, when a swing trade is good. Swing trades are terrible right now, and I have videos on all of my strategies that we use over here. So, I mean, if you want to see what we're doing over here, you can take a 2-week trial. And just go to rightlinetrading.com. You can get in for 2 weeks for free and see what we talk about over here. Because you'll get a little taste of it in the YouTube room, but you can watch it for 2 weeks for free in my room over here to take a trial and see if it's anything that appeals to you as far as learning how to trade and how we trade. I've been doing this for 17 and a half years successfully. We have about an 85 to 89, 90% win rate on our trades, but we're very specific. Criteria has to be very specific as far as what we take for trades. We do talk about quick trades, and we also talk about swing trades. That's what I would recommend. And you can take a look at my videos. I've got about 30 of them on all the strategies we use. Again, there's Rightline's number right there if you want to, 786-732-4656. We'll get you, you can talk to Rory and he'll get you a free trial for 2 weeks. 2 weeks isn't a very long time, but at least he'll give you a flavor of what we do in the room. Right, we haven't been doing much in the room right now because the market is so squirrely. I mean, it's a mess. Trading is a mess right now. Baker Hughes, looking at Baker Hughes, just kind of moving sideways, and also looking at Core Weave, which is moving sideways. A lot of stuff compressing right now. Joe, you got to talk a little bit about scalping on Thursday afternoon. For the YouTube member that just asked about that, Dr. No Savvy Trader, Joe, we have a Discord room as well. So if you're in the Discord room, you would be able to listen to. They're going to talk about learning how to trade full time. They're going to go into some, going to do a lot of quick Q&A on that kind of stuff. But I think you actually have to be a subscriber to get into Discord. Well, this is very exciting. There's nothing going on here. I can't find anything to try to trade. Okay. I'm really not doing anything except watching the market. It's not doing anything. It's pulling down to a low, but it's just chopping, chopping, chopping. Um, Looking for stocks, not really finding anything. Baker Hughes again looked like a nice short. It's just moving sideways now. CoreWeave looked like a good short. It's starting to pull back down again. This is a very, very poor, difficult trading conditions here. I mean, let's. I know we've been talking like this for a while, but I can't. There's nothing I can tell you to take for a trade right now. I can tell you not to trade. That's all I can do. Don't trade this crap, because this is really horrible trading conditions. With the SPY set up right now, the swing trading is very difficult. If you look at the SPY, this is where we have. This is where we've been in the SPY. Big drop down here when they talked about 100% tariffs on China. Market bounced up nicely, but it was all gap. Very difficult to try to trade because they gap up and then they kind of go sideways. We put in a new all-time high last week, and now we're rolling over. Rolled over pretty. That's a pretty big drop there on a Friday. Yesterday was a pretty big drop. We're down below the 8 white line here, the 15 orange line, and we're right just below the support level, the 678.19 support level, with the 50-day moving average right here, which is where the SPY looks like it's headed. Will we get a bounce off of there? We don't know. We don't know. But right now, to try to take shorts or longs as a swing trade is extremely difficult because you have no market direction to help you at all right now. I mean, we're still in a bullish market, but we're rolling over on it. So, again, I'm sorry to tell you, it's just terrible trading conditions. I can't say anything other than that. I would be negligent if I was trying to put you in any trades right now. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Market not doing much. I mean, it's doing something. It's just drifting down. But there's no pace to it. It's just it goes down and then it goes up. It goes down and it goes up. It's red for the day, moving down, but just crap price action, really bad. SPY trying to get down toward the 50-day moving average. The triple Q is up below the 50-day moving average on the daily chart right now.
On VIA, talk of a report out by Bleecker Street. It says VIA transportation, road to nowhere.
Q's with a bounce here now. SPY also bouncing up right up to the pivot to the VWAP. Tilray for a long, trying to stay above the 8 exponential moving average right here. Core weave as a short, moved right up to the. It's just going sideways action. MSTR and MSTU from this morning, very strong, pulling back right now. Again, they get about halfway up those big red candles from yesterday, and then they reversed. That was likely to be, as I said earlier, was likely to be a resistance level. Not always, but a lot of times, halfway up these red candles become a resistance level right there. MSTR, same thing, of course, right there.
On PETS, announces an unsolicited $4.25 share all cash proposal to acquire PetMed Express. This is coming from the company Cardone Ventures. It's on PETS.
Pets popping here on a unsolicited takeover offer from Cardone Venture announces unsolicited $4.25 per share all cash proposal to acquire PetMeds. This is PetMeds right here. So they're talking about $4.25. It's moved up from about $3 to about $3.55. Unsolicited. Don't know whether they'll accept it or not. Had a big pop 2 days ago, on last Thursday, popped all the way up to a little over $4, $4.05. Looks like it's likely halted here right now. Buy to the VWAP. Baker Hughes bouncing up. Tilray. Smooth side. It was very, very poor trading conditions. Very, very poor.
grinding.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna grab some lunch here. Well, I'm gonna keep the YouTube running for a while, but I'm gonna grab something to eat. The market's not doing anything. I mean, this is just I don't want to just keep saying this. Don't be trading this stuff, but don't be trading this stuff. This is a very, very difficult to find anything here to stick with for any period of time at all. Twilio was supposed to be good this morning. It's backed off MSTR again, big back off in the Bitcoin stuff now. Core Weave, which was a nice looking short, just moving sideways, but it's really best to keep your money in your pocket right now. I know we don't want to hear that. It's day after day, but this is the market we've got right now. There's KSS coming up pretty nicely for us. All right, I'm going to grab a quick sandwich. I'll be back with it, and if I take anything, I'll let you know, or I see anything, I'll let you know. But right now, I don't see anything. I'm sure there's some stocks out there, but I don't know any of them. Silver back to the high of the day. Thank you very much, Shai. Gold coming back up. And a SPY super system setup. Yep, coming up. It's got a pivot point here. It's got a VWAP right up here. It's coming off 15. Coming off the 8 and the 15 right here. The 8's getting ready to cross up through that. And silver doing the same thing, bouncing back. Okay, I'll be back in just a couple minutes here. We might comment on the market. I'm just going to watch it for right now.
Okay, here goes.
Kramer says we want to own more Broadcom for the charitable trust. COSM Cosmos Health seeing a insider purchase by the CEO, purchasing 168,000 shares at spot 416 for a total of $70,000. COSM.
Oh my. Shit show in Washington today.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Trump's taking some brutal heat on what he said about Biden, right? He's got people that buys it saying this is a disgrace. Nobody should be able to defend this. And then you got Lindsey Graham coming up to the microphone
I
and
don't
saying,
think it was so bad.
no, he didn't say that. He said that the murders in Australia were Biden's fault. Because he got us out of Afghanistan, which actually Trump is the one that did it. And Susie Wiles, she's Trump's chief of staff. She gave a interview, Vanity Fair, yesterday, which they put out today, which she of course is denying, but they've got tapes of all this stuff. She just ripped everybody. It's unbelievable. She said that Trump was surrounded by a bunch of sycophants, drunks, and drug users. So they're all incompetent. And J.D. Vance was a conspiracy theorist. She said Musk was a heavy ketamine user. She said they were, and then she says this is all taken out of context. And they said it sounds like she was on a drunk call or something because they get tapes of these exact quotes. And Bloomberg can copy it as well. She'll be gone. I mean, I don't see her. There's no way she's going to stay.
She didn't defend Trump, did she?
Yeah, she didn't defend. She did after the end of the interview, but not during the interview.
No, I meant during.
No. And what's his name? Nick Fuente stated that the Nazi guy came out and said Trump's statement yesterday said he's basically called him a piece of shit. He said it. He
says there's no way to try to protect this. And then you got the Republicans having a revolt inside the House, telling Mike Johnson they're going to start siding with Democrats to get his ACA extended. He didn't bring it up. He said it's a disgrace he's not bringing it up. Because they asked Mike Johnson this morning, what did you were out for 2 months? Why are you coming around now to try and come up with a health care plan? We've been working on it. He said we've been working on it. He'll be gone too.
I'm sure.
You should see all the quotes they say. It's just Mona Sharma, who's a really conservative person, she just tore into Trump. I mean, it was something horrible.
Good.
Mike,
That's
the
what we
pillow
need.
guy, Mike Lindell, says he's the 1st of January. They got to release all the information about the 2020 election being a fraud. They've got the information now. They're going to release it. It'll be the end of the Democratic Party.
Well, she's running for governor.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think you hitched your horse to the wrong.
Oh, and Susie Wiles said she saw the Epstein documents and Trump's name's all throughout it, which everybody knows.
What a surprise.
It's a shit show right
Yeah,
now.
Good. That's what we need. We need some of that because, let's see, what are we gonna do to offset that? War in Argentina. Someone's gotta stop this guy. I mean, he is not, of course, he will decompose all on his own. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Remind me never to make blintzes.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were thinking about doing it, but
Couldn't find farmer cheese.
On YELP, T-Mobile volume downtick. DoorDash is testing AI-powered app for finding restaurants in San Fran and New York.
I took some puts in Baker Hughes. Just a quick trade here, Baker Hughes. We'll see what happens. But I'm not going to recommend it. I would just watching it right now. It is pulling back. Oil's very weak here today. USO, we talked about USO. Oil's down below $55 a barrel right now. There's Conoco moving down. ExxonMobil also moving down. But Baker Hughes looks pretty weak. So we'll see where it goes. CoreWeave also starting to look weak again. This is pulling down. And Tilray was mentioned as a potential long. Looks decent. Market not doing anything. I'm just eating lunch and watching the market chop back and forth.
On RR, Richard Robotic is powering the Vegas Golden Knights experience on and off the ice, come from an NVIDIA blog account.
Hey, Nissy, if I'm weathering the bounce on a short, when do you exit on a break of the 8 MA versus holding to see if there's a rejection at the 15? Yeah, typically if the 8 and the 15 are, Nissy, if they're fairly close, relatively close together, which they usually are, then if I'm short and it goes back up to the 8, I wait to see if it hits the 15 and turns back down again. I use those in conjunction with each other. Yeah, and how much time I have remaining for sure. Absolutely, on the option. I mean, most of these trades I've been doing right now, this week have been day trades. I mean, I'm not doing anything long term. I'm just using current week's expiration for the most part because I'm not doing any swing trades. But yeah, I use the 8 and 15 together. You know, like in Baker right now, where I'm in Baker right now. If we look at Baker, there's the 8 right there, is the white, the 15 is the orange. So I wouldn't get out on a break above the 8. It would have to break above the 15 for me to get out. But this is pretty bearish. I still like this bearish. It's obviously in a pretty good downtrend. Notice it hasn't been able to get above the 15. So I went up and hit it a couple times, and rolled over again. CoreWeave is another one where the 8 and 15 have been working together. This still looks like a short, and Tilray looks like a long. And whoops, TLRY looks like a long. And again, you see how the 8's above the 15 is bullish. The 15's been holding all the way up here. So that's how I do it. Okay, I'm going back to lunch. It's the market not doing anything here. Again, I took some Baker shorts, puts onto Baker. Hey, hey Gary, am I doing an umcat on BKR? I am. Yep, I am. I used the 44 puts. I'm not using. I could use it in the money puts on it, but I didn't. Again, I'm not going to recommend this at all. This market is a mess. It's a mess. I paid 23 cents for the 44 puts. They're at 28 right now. They go to 33. I'm out. I'll take my profits. Here comes the worker. Jake, both he and his wife are feeling better. They had the flu over Thanksgiving for 2 weeks. He said.
Oh my God, didn't they get shots?
I don't know. He stopped trading. I think he's given up on trading. Looking for a business, but he said you can't find anything right now. Good luck trying to find a business this year.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be in business.
No.
Just hold on to your money. I know it's losing value.
On NVDA circulations, the U.S. House China panel is requesting Commerce for NVIDIA's H200 chip briefing.
Took some of my Baker off at 30 cents. Get in for 23. Took them off for 30. So I made 7 cents on a 23 entry. That's at about 30%. Yeah, about 30%. And I took some of them off. I've still got some more left. That's on BKR. Again, as it wasn't an UMCAT trade. I'm not calling these out right now, but it's a nice short and it's continuing down. Fly coming in, bounced right up to the VWAP, can't get through it. Q got through it slightly for a while, coming right down again. Core wave getting weak now again. Until range still looks pretty good as a one. I just finishing up lunch here, but I did this. I finished. I took. I got out of Baker Hughes. I took the rest of my profits in Baker Hughes. I get in at 23. I get out at some at 30, and I get out some at 32, which is actually a pretty nice profit. I made 7 cents on some of them and 9 cents on the others. And that's 45% almost on that UMCAT trade, which is pretty good. I mean, that's a good trade. It's a cheap one. We got it going in the right direction. Let me show you the Baker Hughes, why I thought it was a good UMCAT trade. Here we can see what the 5 minute looks like. Looks very nice. But I took this. What time did I take this from? Baker Hughes trade.
You didn't even bark.
11:33.
You didn't come to sniff the box.
11:33. All right, so I took it at 11:33 in here. Bounced up against me. Notice the 8 come up to the 15, didn't cross it, came right back down again, and I just get out back down here. Now, if I look at Baker Hughes over here on my TC2000 chart, and what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for volume. You can see the big drop here this morning. You see all these white candles? These are all high volume candles in here. So this was getting some fairly above average volume selling, and then when it bounced up a little bit here, notice the volume dropped off a little bit, and then it just flushed back down again here. Not on big volume, but good enough to get me out. So that's why I took that one. That was a good UMCAT trade. There's not that many out here today, but that worked okay. And I had lemonade this morning, so I've had 2 UMCAT trades for nice profits. And nothing else I can see to trade, honestly. All right, so I'm out of Baker Hughes. Still coming in. I had 44 puts again. This was an UMCAT trade. These are out of the money, cheap trade. I paid 23 cents for them, $23. I get out some at 30, some at 32, and they're going for 32 right now. I traded lemonade this morning long. As an UMCAT trade, I get in at 134 out of 145. Made $11. So that was only about 10% on that one. But Baker Hughes was about 40%. Okay, so I'm going to continue to look around here. Tilray looked like a decent long. It's just kind of moving sideways. CoreWeave looked like a decent short. It is pulling down a little bit here right now. The CoreWeave hasn't had a lot of high volumes since this morning, so I'm going to look elsewhere. Really isn't an awful lot of trading you can do here. I mean, you can do some SPY super system trades, but you got to be fast. You can't stay in them very long. You get a breakdown here, you can take it, you got to be out. I mean, just 1 or 2 candles. SPY coming in here now. Let's get its eyes on the 50-day moving average on the SPY. Again, it's almost right on it right now. 674.75. So about 75 cents away. Market coming down, market internals coming down. Again, 50-day moving average is in sight for the SPY right now.
Remember, some commentary out by the Wall Street Journal circulating says China demands state-owned Costco get majority stake in Panama ports deal. All right, so SPY's about closing in on a 50-day moving average. Likely to get very close to it. It's 674.75. 674.75. About 90 cents away. I mean, basically, for all intents and purposes, we're on the 50-day moving average. All right, let me check YouTube feed over here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the YouTube feed down for the day. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for being in the room today through YouTube. We're here every day around 11:30. We'll be back tomorrow about 11:30 again to do this all again and get you into the room where we've been broadcasting all day, looking for some trades. Very difficult to trade right now, trying to keep people out of trades for the most part right now, especially swing trades. Very, very difficult. Okay, so again, you can talk to Rightline. You can go to rightlinetrading.com. It'll give access. You can get access to my room, to the alert service. Also, you can buy the software, or you can talk to Rory. You can call Rory at 786-732-4656 and talk to him. All right, have a great day. Trade well. See you tomorrow.